Winning Time, a short-lived HBO show depicting the rise of the Showtime Lakers during the 1980s. It features Magic, Kareem, and everyone in between.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Magic and the Lakers are back to defend their title. What a time to be alive.
Among general audiences and critics, Winning Time seemed like a slam dunk, and while I had some minor gripes with the series myself, I was hopeful the show would improve and get better. You see, I'm something of a sucker for sports dramas myself, especially basketball ones, so a sports drama surrounding the Showtime Lakers...
Yes, please.
It's also no secret that I called this show out before on my channel, and I'd even get comments like, "Winning Time's not average, you're tripping, bro." Or, "No way, bro thinks Winning Time isn't it." And yeah, bro, I didn't think this show was it. And neither did HBO because they canceled it immediately after its season 2 finale.
What the f***? Are you delusional?
Are you delusional?
In spite of that, however, I watched along almost weekly with season 2, and I found it much better than the first season, but Winning Time's overall conclusion commits the worst technical foul I've ever seen.
Tactical foul! Tactical foul!
Last time I checked, the show is called Winning Time, Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. So why the hell does the show end with the Boston Celtics winning the championship?
What a sick joke!
Now, if you're a Boston fan, this is the objective good ending. But for Laker fans, this is a travesty.
Fuck Boston.
It's ironic. The show practically won me over in its second season, and then it disappeared. It's like magic. And speaking of magic, it's not always good to be positive. And Winning Time wasn't always a perfect show. A good show, sure, but a great show, I'm afraid not. Winning Time obviously still had room to grow and evolve, but the cancellation sadly stunted its growth, leaving us with a show with so much wasted potential. I'd love to theorize and speculate about where the show could have gone, but what's the point?
I guess we'll never know.
The only question left on my mind, and probably yours too, is where it all went wrong. And in this video, we'll be answering a question older than time itself. What asshole let the show end with Boston winning the championship? But most importantly, what happened to Winning Time?
It's showtime.
Based on the Showtime book by Jeff Pearlman, Winning Time was essentially doomed to fail from its inception. For starters, the show had another actor lined up for the role of Dr. Jerry Buss, and that man was Michael Shannon.
Wow, this has just been such a pleasure. I'm such a lucky boy.
Shannon unfortunately left the project a week before production started because he didn't agree with the show's direction. And executive producer Adam McKay elaborated further, saying Shannon was bugged by having to break the fourth wall.
The National Basketball Association, the NBA. You've heard of it, right? Of course you have. Who hasn't?
For reference, breaking the fourth wall is a tired trope that's been done to death by now, and it involves a character looking directly into the camera and addressing the audience. Some shows and movies are creative enough to make this trope work, but in the case of Winning Time, it feels awkwardly out of place. Most of the time, the show is trying to be a poignant sports drama, while also incorporating the best and worst elements from Adam McKay's bizarre style of filmmaking. The best elements being the frequent, fleeting intercut moments that briefly appear to give context for a scene, or the differing close-up camera angles that are coated with a thick layer of 80s picture fuzz. But the worst elements being the cheap fourth wall breaks that either feel completely out of place, or the lazy fourth wall breaks that just aimlessly throw information at you.
Around about the birth of Christ, the Romans came up with the concept of the mile. It's the distance covered by 1,000 paces of a Roman legion. That empire...
In a nutshell, Winning Time is plagued with horrible exposition dumps and jarring narration from characters you wouldn't even expect.
Hey, Vic Weiss, nice to meet you. Tark and I have been...
Shut the f*** up!
Winning Time would be a much better show without these uninspired fourth wall breaks. And although it's unfortunate that Michael Shannon dropped out of the project, I can't say I blame him.
That's no problem. My feelings aren't hurt, not really.
With Shannon dropping out at the last minute, Winning Time was in desperate need for another leading man. And executive producer Adam McKay didn't have to look too far. Unsurprisingly, one of Adam's longtime collaborators kept his eye on the role of Dr. Jerry Buss, and he wanted to play the role himself. And that man was none other than longtime Laker fan Will Ferrell. For context, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay teamed up for a bunch of movies like Anchorman and Step Brothers, and they even founded their own production company in 2006 called Gary Sanchez Productions. Unfortunately for Ferrell, McKay had another actor in mind for the role, and he instead offered the role to his Step Brothers co-star, John C. Reilly. To avoid any awkwardness, Reilly gave Ferrell a courtesy phone call and told him he'd been offered the role of Dr. Jerry Buss.
Hey man, I miss you, bro.
Yeah, I miss you too. Hey, why am I talking to you?
While there was no bad blood between Ferrell and Reilly, Ferrell was more hurt that Adam McKay, one of his closest friends, went around him and casted someone else in the role that he wanted. In turn, Ferrell and McKay dissolved their partnership in 2019, allegedly because of this casting dispute. Since then, Adam McKay admitted that he mishandled the situation, while also saying that Will Ferrell, quote, took it as a way deeper hurt than he ever imagined.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
On the basketball side of things, a few former Lakers were apparently consulted for this show, and some of them are even uncredited, but most people in the Lakers organization at the time had no involvement in this show's production. So it's only natural that most of them would have an issue with how they're portrayed. And, as expected, they did. Most notably, the legendary logo himself, Jerry West, who's played by Jason Clarke in the show.
Don't say a word, Bill. Don't. You know better. Don't say another word.
To Clarke's credit, he's a fantastic actor who starred in one of my favorite Apes movies, and he's doing the absolute best with the material he's given. But the credibility of the material is where the controversy lies. In a long letter consisting of 46 pages, the real Jerry West demanded a retraction and an apology for how he was portrayed. The letter was addressed to Adam McKay, the producers, and everyone at HBO.
Hey, that made me happy. Well, it didn't.
Jerry West's retraction letter also included a number of statements from former Laker players and staff in support of him, including the likes of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who also wrote a hit piece openly criticizing the series for its inaccuracies. In one part of his critique, he defends Jerry West, saying it's a shame that Winning Time portrays him as a, quote, wily coyote cartoon, and goes on to elaborate.
Have them coach, okay? Hey, Jerry, quit. Done? I'm done. I can't even play a game of golf without you bringing up shit.
Does this all the time.
Jerry never broke golf clubs, and he didn't throw his trophy through a window. Sure, those actions make dramatic moments, but they reek of facile exploitation of the man rather than exploration of character. The letter drafted by West's lawyers also didn't hold back against the show, and one part of it reads, quote, instead of seeing the true Jerry West, a brilliant GM who was the architect of one of the great NBA dynasties, anyone who watched the show would be left with a false impression that West is incompetent, that he didn't want Magic Johnson.
We're picking Johnson.
That's a big mistake.
This is a fabrication. Contrary to the show, the book leaves readers with the true impression of Jerry as a brilliant and thoughtful GM. Your extreme departure from the book shows malice in your false portrayal.
But I can't get you to where you want to go, screaming from the sidelines.
To Kareem's credit regarding the show's inaccuracies, Winning Time does manipulate the truth and fabricates a lot of bullshit for the sake of drama, obviously.
Maybe we could take a picture?
Off, kid.
For reference, Spencer Haywood was a power forward introduced midway through the first season, and from the moment he's introduced, he's apparently close confidants with Kareem. During the last couple episodes of that season, Haywood eventually falls back into a destructive drug habit that sends him spiraling, and at his lowest point, it's Kareem who's there to pick up the pieces. Yet, in reality, Kareem and Magic couldn't stand Spencer Haywood, and apparently saw him as more of an obstacle between the Lakers and a championship. Former Laker Michael Landsberger even reiterated how much Kareem didn't like Spencer, saying there was, quote, bad blood between them. When Haywood was awarded a quarter of the playoff money, for example, Kareem threw shade at him, saying it was, quote, more than he deserved. Meanwhile, in Winning Time, Haywood cries in Kareem's arms by the end of the first season.
Okay. Cool.
The last notable Laker who had an issue with Winning Time was Magic Johnson, who flat out refused to watch the show. Maybe for obvious reasons. According to Magic, he believes the Showtime era of basketball can't be serialized into a sports drama, saying, quote, how are you going to duplicate this? You can't. You need somebody who lived through it. Not somebody's opinion, not somebody's I think, not somebody's I saw. Surprisingly, Magic was initially involved in the show's development, but immediately dropped out day one after he heard the show's first pitch.
I'm not gonna be here.
Although he never heard from Magic directly, co-creator Jim Hecht was told he, quote, backed out because of money. Which is understandable, but then again, we'll never know what actually happened in that initial pitch meeting. When asked about Winning Time's cancellation, Magic dissed the show one last time saying, quote, none of us watched it because it was fictional. You just can't tell that story. But hey, that's on them. So what exactly happened to Winning Time, and why was it cancelled? The most obvious answer boils down to the real people having issues with how they're portrayed. But it's also because HBO didn't like their return on investment in terms of viewership. To the show's defense, the second season aired amid the strikes in 2023, and most actors and creatives weren't allowed to celebrate or talk about the work they just accomplished. Instead, projects were thrown into the deep end headfirst with little to no marketing, meaning movies and television had to fight hard for survival during this time. Some projects managed to thrive swimmingly without the added benefit of marketing, while other projects like Winning Time sunk with cinder blocks tied to its legs. At the end of the day, however, HBO could have done a better job marketing the show's sophomore season, especially during a time where a lot of actors and creatives couldn't promote the show themselves.
How are you gonna feel watching the Celtics steal another trophy?
You are a mean motherfucker. That's a low blow.
Well, that's where this is headed.
Bottom line for Winning Time was viewership, and Season 2 needed a miracle in that department. In a post just 11 days before its cancellation, author of Showtime Jeff Pearlman wrote, "I'll be blunt. Winning Time is fighting hard to survive. Viewership keep going up, up, up. But if you want HBO to renew it and keep it going, and not have it end with Boston winning, we need views. Seriously, it's the best show on TV."
What the went wrong?
In the end, Winning Time was fundamentally destroyed by two things: an unfortunate decline in viewership and the negative backlash from the former Lakers organization regarding their portrayals.
Listen, I'd explain business to you, but halftime's almost over and you got enough to worry about with your team getting whooped.
It's preseason, Bus. Nobody gives a shit.
No one but you and me.
Nice ass.
Everyone who said we couldn't do it, you can go fuck.
In my eyes, Winning Time wasn't all that bad, and there's definitely moments and characters worth celebrating, and that's what this section of the video is for. Starting off with the music and the montages, Winning Time has a lot to say in this department, and fortunately, the montages are well made, and the music choices throughout the show are great. There's a diverse set of music from the 70s and early 80s, and the montages also feature some excellent camera work. Just look at this shit.
I've looked at this for 5 hours now.
On the acting side of things, Winning Time has a lot of talent in this department. In the leading role is John C. Reilly, who's fantastic as Lakers owner Dr. Jerry Buss, effortlessly slipping into the role of a sleazy but charismatic womanizer driven by a desire to win.
Don't lose.
Although people within the Lakers organization originally criticized Reilly's portrayal of Dr. Buss, the real Jeannie Buss surprisingly credited Reilly for his performance and elaborated saying, "I just really miss my dad so much, and it's kinda nice to see him."
I own this!
Among Reilly is Quincy Isaiah, another charming standout who's the beating heart of Winning Time, playing a young Magic Johnson. The show practically starts and stops with him at the center, and other than Dr. Buss, Magic is the only other character that regularly breaks the fourth wall. And that's really my only complaint with both of their performances, even though it's out of their control.
Hold on, y'all tripping. I look good. I know I look good.
Both characters are somewhat interesting leads for a sports drama, but they're further enhanced by an exciting ensemble, including the likes of Jason Clarke, Hadley Robinson, who plays a young Jeannie Buss, and also Devon Nixon, who surprisingly plays his father and former Lakers point guard Norm Nixon.
When you first came in here, we thought you was the mailman. Gave you a stamp and everything.
Kiss my black ass, Sharice.
Oh, ooh.
Thankfully, Devon was hired on the merits of his acting skills, and what could have been a possible miscast turned into one of the coolest casting decisions I've ever seen. especially since he's one of the show's best characters.
Put in some extra hours? You know, work hard, play hard, baby.
Speaking of best characters, there's Jason Segel as Coach Paul Westhead, and he's perfect as a sheepish English professor turned assistant coach, then head coach after his mentor has a freak accident.
But that was a Paul Westhead original.
His entire arc on the show was great, and his presence leads to some great conflict in season 2.
I am sick and tired of your horseshit attitude. And if it happens again, you will be sitting on the bench next to me.
Might as well.
The MVP of Winning Time, however, should have a statue erected in his honor, because he undoubtedly had the best arc in the entire show. And I'm talking about my man Adrian Brody as head coach Pat Riley. Pat Riley's arc is almost like a rags to riches story as he desperately tries to find a role within the Lakers organization. He starts off being a color commentator for the Lakers local broadcast, then becomes assistant coach to Paul Westhead after McKinney's freak accident. Then eventually he's steering the ship himself as head coach, slicking his hair back and flaunting his trademark Armani suits.
I love the speech, but the do is due. You can't put him on bench.
I just did, and I'm taking you off.
Wow.
No more of this wild shit. He's coach.
Seeing his transformation was made even better when a montage kicked in with Frankie Valli's Grease playing in the background, emphasizing his dramatic change that you can't help but root for. Just in case I misspoke, Adrian Brody as Pat Riley has the most compelling arc in the entire show, and he's easily the best character Winning Time has ever had.
Still his team. Not anymore. It's your team. It's ours. You don't see the way the guys look at you? Like you're their coach.
Undeniably, there's some juicy drama at the center of Winning Time, and the parts I found myself most interested in were moments like Westhead and Magic's beef over the coaching system in Season 2, or the whole coaching debacle that unfolded in Season 1 with Jack McKinney, Paul Westhead, and Pat Riley. Winning Time explored some interesting ideas, and these were among my favorites. But I also liked seeing the adversarial relationship between Magic and Bird.
Gonna torch that smiley ass in Boston, punk.
You wish, motherfucker.
As their feud fuels and feeds into the vicious rivalry between the Lakers and the Celtics.
Kareem's past his prime, and your pal Magic, he's no leader. Well, he ain't you.
In real life, Magic and Bird were competitors, and I thought Winning Time handled their ongoing friction quite well. And every time I saw them together in a basketball scene, all I could say to myself was,
I think we're about to see a devil show down there.
Winning Time was an HBO show, and I'm here as a fellow human to acknowledge that Winning Time, as we know, has passed on.
You personally, how would you assess your game tonight?
Solid. Solid.
Jokes aside, HBO could have gave this show the green light for maybe one more season to properly wrap things up. I mean, if they're willing to wait for that weird little freak Sam Levinson to write Euphoria Season 3, then HBO could have allocated those resources elsewhere and gave us a proper send-off in return. And, you know, not have the show end with the Celtics winning the championship.
We're the flash in the pan, and that's all we're ever gonna be until we beat the goddamn Celtics!
In spite of my love-hate relationship with this show, a potential third season might have redeemed it all for me. But just like I told you in the intro,
I guess we'll never know.
Like I said before, I never thought this show was great to begin with. But with a little TLC, this show could have achieved Hall of Fame status and been something more than the basketball drama that got canceled after 2 seasons. Instead, Winning Time is more like the Ben Simmons of basketball dramas, and day by day, it fades further into obscurity. Say what you want about Winning Time, but these are just the thoughts of a crackpot. So now it's up to you. Were you a fan of Winning Time? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I hope you did too. So if you liked what you saw here today, please hit that like button and comment down below what your favorite sports drama is. It could be Space Jam, Thunderstruck, or Glory Road. Doesn't matter what it is, don't be shy. Anyway, I'll catch you again real soon, cousin. But in the meantime...
The fuck are you looking at?